So welcome back to another episode with Nazia, Khatun, Fitness Reborn UK on WINJECT Studios. And hopefully everybody had a great day yesterday. Yesterday was the day of love, and we're going to be touching on that topic a little bit in a second. But this week has been an amazing week so far, and we're only on Tuesday. Look at that. Nazia here had over 20,000, maybe no, more than that over 20,000 downloads on her podcast with Lord Chris Ross in WINJECT. I want you guys to go and check it out. You can find it. It's on my Instagram. It should be here on the membership site as well. If you're a member, listen to it. I had some amazing feedback. And then today we had another podcast. I know. I'm on a roll. Another podcast with Mark Jenkins. Mark Jenkins is a personal trainer that coaches and trains some of the top celebrities over in America. So that's that. Go and check it out and let me know what you guys think, because I can speak for London. I just want to get my mission out there, my message out there. That's the point, the message out there to help other females. So that's a wrap. Okay, so let's get to today's topic. I'm not going to spend too long. Anyway, conversations are a big part of coaching for me with my clients in the studio, this very studio here. And I speak a lot about relationships. I am no relationship expert, but I should be really. Sometimes it's wacky advice, sometimes it's like, what? And I'm constantly learning relationship with myself, relationship with people around me. Everything that we do in our life is based on a relationship. Who, what you're doing, whether it's business, whether it's your primary relationship, romantic relationship, your relationship with your children, etc. The list goes on. And some of the conversations I have with my clients, there's a few. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day brings up a lot of, how should I say, sore issues maybe for a lot of people, because we're all looking for love. All of us are looking for love in some shape or form, to be loved, to be able to give love back. Join in this conversation, because it was so interesting to see what everybody's take is on this relationship with God. Thank you so much, Saj Meister. It's a relationship with everything that we do in life, but it's also about the relationship that we have within ourselves. That's very important. And one of the biggest takeaways I've been listening to and I've been understanding, and from my own experience as well, it's understanding the relationship with ourselves. I think the relationship with ourselves is so underrated. So Valentine's Days come, we have expectations on our partners to, give us stuff. It's an exchange, it's a token of how much do you love me, through the act of the service of gift or words, whatever it is. And sometimes it's disappointing because X, Y, and Z doesn't meet our expectations, especially in a romantic relationship. And we forget sometimes, and I think this is the point of this conversation today, the live today, is the disappointment that we have from other people is that we can and are capable of giving that same love to ourselves. Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper and find out what this means, and what is the point of me talking about this, and how does it relate to fitness. Most of the time, we do not allow ourselves to be loved, because sometimes I feel like we don't know how to be loved, right? I'm going to quickly just turn this off. And get my Swiss ball back, so we don't have that noise in the background. Excuse me. So most of the time, as I was saying, we don't know how to receive that love, because we don't know how to give ourselves love. And the idea, the first crucial pillar in Fitness Reborn is self-love. And I see this theme come up again and again and again all the time. It doesn't matter if you are a single person, new relationship being formed, the dating game, or a long-term relationship, marriage. When you fail to love yourself, you always, I feel like anyway, individuals long for that love from somebody else. We let our guards come up really high because to defend ourselves, or as a protection mechanism. and we don't have any boundaries of certain things. The people pleaser in us comes up because we want to have this exchange of, if I am this person, love me more. And one of the best ever things I've done in my life is give myself the gift of self love. And this also applies to men as well, because we in society, we need both men and females to have a functioning society. Okay. And it's important to have two individuals that are wholesome, knowing who they are, connected with themselves to actually bring the next generation into society as well. And how you look after yourself 100% has a huge impact on your children. So going back to conversations with clients, it's a lot of females, I feel like, don't even understand what this word means. And self-love has been so, I think I'm going to use the word exploited, because it's become this thing on social media of how it's represented in itself, the actual word self-love, how it's represented. And one of the key things I forgot in my journey is self-love really isn't the act of having a bubble bath, or being taken out, or buying myself a piece of item of clothing. Yes, it is part of it, and it's a very important component of it. But it's also understanding how you respect and honor yourself. And this is where it clicks into the fitness element of things. When somebody shows up with pure self love for themselves, they treat themselves differently. They will wake up and do all the things that's necessary for their body and their mind to connect and work together, right? So that is drinking enough water. That is making sure you schedule in time for yourself to exercise. A huge important part. Looking after your physical body makes you feel better in your mental health, and that relates to self-love and everything. How you do things on a daily life, on a daily basis, your routine, how you speak to other people, how you even show up in life, has a huge impact on how you nourish and you love yourself. So let's go back to when we are actually nurtured by our parents. The act of self love has a huge impact from how we see our parents show up as well in their self love. Because as children, we don't do it as we're told, we do it as what we see. And I see this again and again with my young nephew, young children, my clients' children. And one of the best things I've learned from them as well is my children are starting to love themselves more and believing in themselves. And self belief is also something that relates to this concept of self love. When you don't love yourself enough, you fail to believe in yourself. And that's when we lose our greatness, going for the things that we deserve, not tapping into our potential. I'm going to stop there. If you guys have any questions or you want to add to this, please do so. I'll be very interested to see what you have to say. And if Valentine's Day yesterday made an impact on your emotions, let's be honest about it. Let's have a upfront conversation. I know in the past it did. When I saw all my friends getting lots of flowers, presents, or the partners taking them out, and I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, I didn't get nothing. But it doesn't, I don't have that effect anymore. Whether I'm single or seeing somebody, yes, it's always nice to receive it, but yesterday I was able to see, like, I could buy myself flowers, showing myself that love and care. You get love from your friends, unconditional love from your friends, unconditional love from your family. And the point again is this word love is such a high, strong frequency. When we don't have that, we tend to do things that compensates, or we try to fill in a gap rather as well to make up for the loss of love. I'll give you a personal example. For me, growing up, I was very addicted to the gym and exercising, because that's the only thing I could control, because I didn't feel loved, or I didn't feel loved enough in the way I wanted to be loved. And when I identified that, maybe not even long ago, the addiction to the gym is overcompensating or filling in the gap because this word love isn't there. It was an immediate wake up call to fix the parts of me that needed nourishing, the parts of me that needed love, the parts of me that required me to show up. And again, we have to look at how we were raised, the inner child. A lot of us are walking around with wounded inner child. The wounded inner child is what we need to look after as adults. And again, my own journey has taken me to look at my attachment styles, how I was parented, and now as an adult, is understanding how I'm going to reparent myself. It's a tough one. But the best people out there are the ones that are aware and they make changes. And awareness needs action to follow up to create the person that you want to become. So fitness is something, it's a big part of life. It's about how you're moving. It's about how you're doing things, how you're honoring yourself. It's a big part of many religions as well. Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity. There's so much in the texts or the teachings about looking after your body, about looking after the physical body. Then it has a huge impact up here. And all of it starts with this concept, self-love. So I'm going to leave you guys on here. If you felt a bit yesterday, don't be, because we still got the time and the ability to turn things around for ourselves first. And it's an alienated concept for a lot of people because they've never heard the word self-love. What does it mean? What does it look like? And this is what I want to leave you guys on today is, if you are foreign to this topic, this concept, go and explore, go on an adventure, go and find out what makes you happy, go and find out how you can make a change in yourself, change in your core belief system, your values. What are you doing, the things that's not benefiting you now, and how can you, again, the word, show up for yourself and the world, because we don't have long left on this planet. And wouldn't it be such a sad time when we have to exit and we haven't been able to become best friends with ourselves, right? And I love this saying as well, become your own best friend. Becoming your own best friend will help you manage maybe disappointment from other people. Becoming your own best friend means you are able to look after yourself when somebody isn't around you. So you don't need to be in other people's company all the time, because you are your best friend. You like your own company. It's as simple as that, right? So I'm going to leave you guys. Make sure you are drinking enough water. Make sure you're fitting in your fitness, making it an appointment with yourself, because that's really important as well, and being kind to yourself. So until next week, I'll see you then. And make sure you go and check out my podcast with Lord Chris Ross and the Anabolic Mind. And I shall see you next week.
Podcast is brought to you by WINJECT Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.